Hello children! Today we're out in this beautiful open ephemeral wetland type area in search for a very specific species of grasshopper called Aptenopedes clara. Now that is a very similar species to a very common species in ephemeral wetland habitats. But Aptenopedes clara is a South Florida specialty that I have never seen before, has a very distinctive shape to the end of the abdomen, and it's a really interesting grasshopper that I really hope to find. Now this area is great for some other things too, so let's see all we could find.
I thought this moist patch of tall parra grass would be a good place to look, and already we have ourselves a green jumping orthopteran. Though this is not what I'm out here looking for. This is a female Caribbean meadowkatydid, one of the most common katydid species here in South Florida. Chances are if you live in Florida and just have tall grass or a body of water in your backyard, you've heard these males chirping. The grasshopper I'm looking for today has very short, useless wings, so while this is a cool find, it's definitely not it. While not what I am looking for, this is still a small green jumpy insect, the nymph of a species of bug called Creontiades rubrinervis. The adults of the species are a dull, drab, reddish-brown mixed with olive green, but the nymphs are a strikingly bright lime green color, with dark legs and antennae, with the antennae having white rings around them. A very distinctive look that they, for whatever reason, lose in their adulthood. This is a species of fly that I do not see very often, but have managed to find a small localized population of them at this spot. These are called maize calligraphers, and at first might look to you like some sort of bee. But maize calligraphers, and calligraphers in general, are a member of a mostly bee and wasp mimicking family of flies called Syrphidae that look, fly, and even sometimes pollinate like bees and wasps do. Identifying calligraphers can often be a very difficult task. Thankfully for me though, the maize calligrapher has one of the most distinctive patterns out of any species, with the back of the abdomen looking like it was lined up with a bunch of tiny little paper clips almost. The maize calligrapher is also noticeably larger than many of our other calligrapher species here in South Florida, dwarfing the much more common Florida calligraphers at this location. They tend to be quite a bit on the pale side, though I think this one is extra pale because it's a little bit worn and old. Still a really beautiful insect. This tiny little unassuming bug with really thin, almost creepy looking legs is honestly one of my favorite finds in a while. This is a species of stilt-leg bug called Gampsochorus decorus, a very common species that is almost never seen due to its very specific habitat preference. This species only lives on parra grass, which is this specific species of grass that I'm looking in this patch right now. And while I've never seen this species anywhere else, in patches of parra grass, they are absolutely abundant, though their tiny size and very shy nature makes them very hard to find, which explains the glaring lack of observations. This species is quite distinctive due to its small size, thin appearance, thin dark banding on the legs, overall pale brown coloration on the body, and a bold black head. Even though that patch of parra grass was full of amazing wildlife, I was having very bad luck trying to find the species that we're actually out here looking for. So I came to this shrubbier area with drier reeds, and was immediately greeted by this beautiful Citron bug, a species of bug that I haven't seen in a while and that I've never been able to get good looks at like this before. The Citron bug is a very distinctive member of the leaf-footed bug family. These are called leaf-footed bugs because of their very well camouflaged hind legs that look like dead leaves because of their expanded and flattened form. Citron bugs are distinctive because of their very bold, alternating black and orange antennae that stick out from the rest of their highly camouflaged body. Alright, finally, after about 4 missed catch attempts and finding a bunch of really cool stuff besides what we were out here looking for, this is Aptenopedes clara. This is a super cryptic and rarely seen species that could only be distinguished from the very similar and much more common linear-winged grasshopper by the shape of the cerci at the end of the abdomen, which is only usable in males, such as this one. Aptenopedes clara has unusually long, hook-shaped cerci, extremely different not only from Aptenopedes sphenarioides, or the linear-winged grasshopper, but any other Aptenopedes species that could be found anywhere throughout Florida and the rest of the southeastern United States. Unlike the linear-winged grasshopper, which is very widespread throughout Florida and can be found in a variety of habitats, Aptenopedes clara is a southeast Florida and southwest Florida too specialty that could only be found in these kind of ephemeral wetland habitats. Their secretive nature and very weird appearance of the circi make this a find that I've been wanting to get for a while. Alright, now time to let him go. If you enjoyed this grasshopper catching adventure, then make sure to check out this video all about the amazing family of flies Syrphidae that all mimic bees or wasps. Enjoy and hope to see you there.